Yo, what's going on, people? My name is Arie and welcome back to another video. In this one, I wanted to talk about the 4 things that I would do differently if I had to go all the way back to the beginning of my journey that would actually help me succeed much faster, and that I think you should be able to replicate as well. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because after yesterday's video got a lot of positive reactions, and what it was is I showed you pretty much my numbers across my whole, both of my stores, throughout the whole lifetime of the stores, and you were able to see that for a long period of time in the beginning of both stores, it was a flat line, no consistency at all, hardly any sales, and eventually I was able to pull through and get those results that I always wanted to get. And some of the things that I would have done differently that I know now, if I could go back, it would take that learning curve down by half, and I would have had those results much quicker, which would have obviously been amazing, because then by now I would have had double the results that I have now. But it's not something I think about too much. I just wanted to make a video about it so that maybe you guys can get something out of it. Anyways, no more time wasted. I'm just gonna get into those things. So the first thing that I would do differently is something that I've actually covered in a different video, and it would just be to spy more on other stores. When I first started on my main store, I did not know about spying on other stores whatsoever. For some reason, every time I spied on stores, I'd be like, I don't know, I'd get discouraged because I'd feel like that's competition and I don't want to see them, so I can just focus on my store. That's a horrible way to go about it, because if you're looking and spying on other stores, you can see what's working with those stores. And obviously now I have tools that allow me to better spy on stores, like Commerce Inspector, which I do have a video on. I do have, I think, multiple videos on spying on other stores, so make sure you go find those in my channel and watch them thoroughly, because those are very important, and I think that's one of the things that would have helped me reach success much quicker. So definitely give that a try. Yeah, spying is just extremely crucial, so that's the first thing that I would do differently: spy more on other stores. Now the second thing, which obviously might sound a little obvious, but I'll just tell you exactly why this is one of the things that I chose, is to learn Facebook ads better. And the main reason is because when I first started, guys, the first month on my Shopify store, I just jumped right into Facebook ads. I had no idea what I was doing, but it seemed simple to me. You know, just pick the people that are in the niche, pick, you know, whatever budget you want, and you'll get sales. Not at all how it works. I mean, it is how it works, but it's not that simple. So I spent around $700 my first month without any return on Facebook ads. It was insane. I only tested about 2 products, and you know, I was trying like really weird things, like carousel ads, but without product pictures. Like, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I just jumped into it, which, I mean, now that I look back on it, it was probably a good thing that I at least just took the leap of faith and jumped into it. But I wish I would have been able to spend that money more efficiently. I did buy a course eventually. It did help me a little more to understand Facebook ads. Then there was the second course that I bought by Sebastian Gomez, actually, that really helped me understand how Facebook ads work. It took me another year after that course to really get the hang of Facebook ads to the extent that I do now, but it did help me a lot. So I wish I would have just taken the time to learn a little bit more about Facebook ads before jumping into them. And something you can do while you're learning Facebook ads, if you just are really eager to start, is just simply start with Instagram influencers. I mean, it's not a bad business model still. Some people might hate on it. I don't really do them much anymore, hardly ever actually, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Just make sure you're trying to negotiate those good prices. Don't be afraid to do story ads. I do have a video on how you can create story ads. Story ads are going to be much cheaper than regular posts, so if you don't have a big budget, maybe test some of that out. But yeah, guys, so Instagram influencers while you learn Facebook ads is definitely a good way to go. So just make sure you're learning your Facebook ads before you're jumping into them blindly. Yeah, so that's the second thing that I would do differently. Now the third thing, guys, this one's a little different, and you're probably not expecting this one at all, but the thing that I would do differently is actually I would have created a separate Instagram from my personal Instagram that I shared with my friends and family. I would have created a separate Instagram to kind of document my journey and just entrepreneurial things, because that's what I was really into, but I had no friends whatsoever that were into it, and it was really hard to find people because I'm from Minnesota, so it was really tough to find people to relate to. But I also had like a weird mentality in which like I didn't want to share any of the stuff that I was doing to my friends and family. So I would have just created a separate Instagram where I could follow all these people, all these entrepreneurs, and just not have to worry about the people that I know. And that's exactly what I did this year with my Instagram and my YouTube too. And honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think that was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Not only because you know, building a personal brand is important, but because making that Instagram, that separate Instagram, allowed me to really put myself out there and, you know, be more accountable. Like, I wanted to put the person that I really wanted to be out there, and, you know, I had to own up to that person. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of confusing. I hope I'm explaining this correctly, but I just really wish I would have done that earlier in my journey so that people could have seen kind of the whole process. And that way, by now, I would have, you know, a bigger personal brand. But, you know, it's not all about the personal brand. I'm just saying it would have really, I could network through Instagram, because I've been able to network so much with my personal brand. I've met incredible people. The other day I was on a call with a guy that had done 3.5 million in sales on his Shopify stores, which is insane. He dropped an insane amount of value to me, and I would have never been able to achieve this if I wouldn't have made the Instagram. So make sure you're doing that. Network with people through Instagram. If you're in a place that, you know, you can't really network with a lot of people around you and you don't have the money to travel, make sure you're making a separate Instagram for only networking purposes. It will really take your business to the next level. I promise you. It's one of the things that, like, I really attribute a lot of my success currently to my decision to start this personal brand. So make sure you do that, like I said, not for personal brand purposes, but for networking purposes. So that's the third thing. I know it's kind of weird, but it really is true. The fourth thing, guys, is actually to not get emotionally attached to products. I've lost a lot of money by getting emotionally attached to products, even recently, guys. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I do have 3 winners right now, but the first winner that I ever found for this new store, I found it in January, and I simply found it by going on AliExpress. It wasn't a product that solved any problems. It just looked really cool, and I just wanted to test it, and I kind of fell in love with it. And I found really good success with Instagram, made about 5 grand in the first month, and then I decided to take it to Facebook, right? Because then I started doing more Facebook ads for the store. And as soon as I took it to Facebook, I got a few sales. I was getting sales here and there, but I was never profitable with my ads, but I still let it run. Honestly, guys, I probably spent about 3 grand on those ads and probably made about 4 grand from it. So after product costs, I was definitely in the hole. I was definitely like at least $400 or $500 in the hole, which was pretty bad. But like I said, I just got really emotionally attached to the product. I didn't want to let it go. I thought it had huge potential. I was just waiting for it to optimize, but it never happened, obviously, because it never saw any consistency. So definitely make sure that you're not getting emotionally attached to your products. If you know that your product descriptions and your product page is good, and your targeting is, and you're, you know, covering a lot of different audiences with your ad sets, and you're not getting any sales, just cut it. You know that it's not a good product. You know that everything else is set up correctly. It's just the product that's not making you the sales. So just move on, get a new product, and just start the whole process over. So guys, that's all the tips that I got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed these type of videos. I will make some more practical videos. I think tomorrow, actually, I'm gonna make a video about, you know, starting a Shopify store from scratch. But we'll see. So don't quote me on that. That's just an idea I have, but I'll come up with some more ideas later. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are subscribed. I drop these videos daily, and you know, a lot of people have been getting a lot of value from them, so I hope you are too. All I got for you today, guys. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.